Hey, welcome. It's Dave Sinclair here. Happy to have you here with me today. And today we're going to look at the topic, A Tale of Two Mindsets. And it's inspired by a book by David Emerald called The Power of TED. And this book's had a profound impact on my life, really helping me about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, step out of a lot of the drama that was kind of keeping me stuck in my life. And in this book, we really take a look at two different core mindsets, as well as a supporting cast of characters that goes with each of them. So let's jump right into this here right now. And the first mindset we look at is one that's called the problem mindset. And this one is designated by three characters that form up the dreaded drama triangle. Yes, the dreaded drama triangle or problem mindset. And in this mindset, we are over-focused on the problems that are around us in life and how this leads to an internal state of ever-building kind of stress and reactive behaviors to get us away from that stress. Now, I'm not saying that anxiety or stress is bad. In fact, quite often, and especially with this problem mindset, it's been with us for a long time, and thank goodness. This problem mindset actually is part of our evolution, part of how we became and survived to where we are. What do I mean by that? Back in cave person days, we would always be looking towards problems, because if we didn't notice problems, well, we might walk right into the teeth of a problem like a saber-toothed tiger. So anxiety would kind of be like this kind of sense going on in our body that there might be something wrong around that corner, okay? And thank goodness, because where typically there wasn't a saber-toothed tiger around the corner, all it took was once for us to be wrong, and boom, bang, gonzos. So first thing, we just recognize that this is part of our kind of wiring. Thank goodness it's kind of really helped us survive. The problem is with the problem mindset is there's not saber-toothed tigers really lurking around every corner. A challenge that we do have in today's day and age is we have a lot of challenges that we face, and we still don't really know the difference between this anxiety that we're feeling right now. Since it's wired right into our hardwiring to survive, it's hard for us to tell the difference between, is there a saber-toothed tiger there, which we still think there is, or if it's a stack of emails that kind of just surfaced. More on the stack of emails. We're going to bring this thing to life day to day with a saber-toothed tiger that I felt this morning, a stack of emails. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at three roles within the dreaded drama triangle that tend to either be there increasing the state of anxiety or trying to get rid of it. So the first role in the dreaded drama triangle is that of the victim. This is the person that feels kind of, why me, poor me, why is this happening? Very kind of heavy, beaten down on. And for any victim that's there also has to be a persecutor, somebody that's beating down on them, okay? And this is kind of like that who or what is it to blame for this. That might be a question that our inner kind of DDT characters ask, is who's to blame for all this? What's going on? Looking for some solution, some kind of cause of our problem. Okay? And I can even feel my anxiety rise as I think about that kind of poor me character that lives inside of me, or that persecutor in me that's looking to the outside, like who the hell is to blame for all this stuff? Okay? And then there's something else that happens. As this anxiety rises, there's also the rescuer, the part of us that wants to jump in and take the pain away, okay? So what does this all mean? Well, it means that there's these three different characters, the rescuer, the persecutor, the victim. We can play these different roles externally in life. Think about family, where this can kind of show up. Think about work situations. Think about just inside your own brain. We all have this inner cast of kind of DDT characters bouncing around in our own brain. But let's bring this to life with a practical way that this kind of happened to me. And this morning, it's Monday morning, I woke up, I come to my computer and I open up my Outlook inbox, and bam, I'm hit with a ton of emails. Pretty soon I'm feeling, oh crap, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? I'm going to be stuck in emails all day. And I can feel that right now, that heaviness that's there. And then I start thinking about Who's to blame for this? And I start blaming myself for not getting through some more emails last week. I start looking towards, well, why are all these people spamming me? What's really going on here? Pretty soon I'm kind of in this anxiety loop. I can even feel it right now where I'm just kind of spinning. It's like, holy crap, I'm feeling like the world's out to get me. All these emails are out to get me, and what's going on here? And I'm like, all of a sudden this morning, I'm like, boom, I'll just check Facebook for a little bit. I'll go upstairs and get a coffee. I'll distract myself. Boom, enter the rescuer. So here in this situation, going to get a coffee or whatever, I look to rescue it. Now this is just a small situation where the DDT kind of is what's happening for me this morning, but a practical way that I can kind of really recognize that, oh crap, guess what? I'm stuck in kind of a loop here. I'm stuck in this kind of tightening loop. And why is it tightening? Well, I go get a coffee. I check the Facebook. Do my emails go away? No, I come back and in fact, I'm actually feeling even more anxious. I'm not doing anything. Now I'm beating up on myself. Why'd you get a coffee? Why'd you do this? Blah, 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 blah. You can see how that happens. Pretty quick, I'm a big ball of nerves. Here's where it really gets interesting. What if I just stop for a second and just recognize, holy crap, Dave. You're stuck in the drama. You're stuck in the DDT. You're stuck trying to get away from the anxiety. What if instead of that, we just press pause and say, oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot here right now. It's kind of stressful. But you can be with us just as it is. So just that whole awareness, acceptance that this is where I am, acceptance that I'm in this loop is number one. Give myself some compassion. There is a lot of emails here. We do have a lot of work to do. This might be tricky. That's number two. And then what can we do? Well, I just took a little breath there. I even feel myself right now calming down. I'm not sure what you feel. But then I can say, well, okay, I can look towards a different way to be. I can look towards what's called the outcome mindset. And in here we have a different cast of characters, okay? And in the outcome mindset, we really focus on what it is that we do want to create. What's the outcome that I do want this? Beyond the full inbox, what do I want to do? And here, once I start focusing on that, I tap into the inner creator. I just accept that, yeah, you know what? You're in a drama loop. You're here. This is a little stressful. But what is it beyond this that you do want to create that's going to make working through these emails worth it? Here I can tap into, for me, I tap into my values. I want to create a sense of peace for myself. I want to create a sense of contribution. So these emails, they're not just things that I have to do. There's important messages, important people to get back to, important work to be done. So I can tap into that. And it starts to create this inner sense of passion where the problem mindset really just had us focusing on the problems and the anxiety that came up from it and how do we get away from it. I'm hoping you can see already that in the outcome mindset, when we really tap into that key role, the creator role, we start to create a sense of inner passion, which then helps us take that next step forward in terms of what we do want to do. And rather than seeing everything as just problems, we start seeing them as challenges that are really calling us forward, calling something forward in us, maybe even leaning into something about, hey, you know what, there's something really important here, something that you value that's important to take a look at. And it also starts asking us important questions like, okay, yeah, this challenge is here. What is it that you can control? What is it that you can do? And what is it that you can't control and maybe need to let go of a little bit? So that's where that challenger role comes in. Rather than seeing everything as problems, we see things as challenge us, calling us forward. And then, rather than rescuing us, rather than looking for that short-term pain or short-term pain relief, our inner coach says, oh yeah, this is here, this is difficult, I get it, it's kind of challenging, it brings that compassion into it. But what is it you can do, although this is here? What can you do to nourish yourself to make it through? And for myself, even for the day, what can I do to kind of get through these difficult emails and stuff like that? What is one small step you can take? So again, turning back towards the emails, yeah, I accept that it's here. I want to create this sense of contribution and an inner peace, and I want to feel this sense of stability. I really tap into some of my core values. I take a look at the stack of emails, not as a problem, but as an obstacle that's in the way, a challenge. And I ask myself, well, what can I control? What can I control? Well, I can't necessarily control how many hours there are in a day, but I can control what I do with that time. And here I start noticing a sense of kind of a little bit of peace, a little bit of agency coming into this. And then I come into that inner coach, and the inner coach might ask a question like, well, what can you do? You've got all these emails to get through, and how are you going to take care of yourself? Well, I can say something like, yeah, well, I can work for 15 minutes, and then I can take like 5 minutes off to kind of give myself a self-care break or something like that. And then also the inner coach will ask something like, okay, well, what can you do right now? And first step, as I did this morning, what can I do? I took a step back. I skimmed all my emails, okay? Got rid of a pile of them that didn't matter. So all of a sudden I went from like 80 emails there down to 15 that were really important. I jotted those down on a piece of paper. I prioritized them, and I got at it. It was just one small step, but once I did that, I started to notice that, hey, you know what? I wasn't really stuck in here anymore. In fact, it started looking like this. I asked myself that question, what do I want to create? Looked at this as a challenge worthy of me, started asking myself what I can do, and I started making some forward progress. So rather than being stuck, I started moving towards forward progress. So, bringing this all together, how can this kind of help for you? When I take a look at TED, it works very well for the bigger things that are keeping me stuck, but it works just as well as kind of a daily habit, a positive habit, and maybe I call it the habit of the empowerment dynamic. I kind of like that. That's kind of got a little ring to it. So from here, when I take a look at this, the habit of TED, habit of that, I might ask you the question, okay? I'm just going to move myself over here. Where you're feeling stuck maybe below the line here, spinning in this drama, spinning in what's going on here. What's one small step you can start taking to move towards this? What's a habit that you can start bringing in, that you can start tapping into this? And maybe to help you out here, here's a quick check-in question. Maybe this becomes part of your habit. Maybe not. Maybe you change it. It doesn't matter. But I just offer it up here for your thoughts. A quick check-in question. Are you feeling stuck in problems, a never-ending loop of, spiral of anxiety and drama? Or are you stepping back, accepting that challenges happen in life, looking beyond them, and then taking the baby steps towards what it is you do want to create in this life? So I'm kind of curious. Did this resonate with you? Was this of benefit to you? Or are you looking for a little bit more? And I might just ask the question right now, what is next for you in terms of the different habits you might find yourself in? Are there aspects of your life where you're finding yourself below the line and spinning in drama? Are there aspects of your life that are looking for that inner creator in you to step forward and help you forward? If so, have fun with this. Or for more information, visit my website, www.davesinclair.ca. And if this idea or other ideas like this feel like they're really calling to you, things that you might want to explore in one-on-one coaching, feel free. There's a link here where you can book your own personal one-on-one discovery call. It's confidential, it's complimentary, and it's just a way for us to see if working together might be right for you. Email me at dave@davesinclair.com, davesinclaircoaching.com. Or if you're looking for a little bit more of a self-guided way to do this, especially with the power of TED, reach out to me. I do have access to an online course that's self-paced that can take you a lot deeper than what we've explored today around the power of TED. Anyways, that's all I've got to share today. I hope you found this of benefit. And I just want to say thanks for spending the time here.